Hello everyone, this is me Garima Singh. I hope you all are doing well. Let's start with the last chapter of our geography book, that is Fundamental of Human Geography. Its 10th chapter is Human Settlement. So let's discuss what they're in this chapter all about. Human settlement. So firstly I'm gonna discuss the rural-urban dichotomy. This one, rural-urban dichotomy. Human settlement, you can say human settlement is defined as a place inhabited more or less permanently where human beings are living permanently or either temporary. Basically, it's inhabited more or less permanently. That is human settlement. Let's discuss rural urban dichotomy. The human settlement can be classified in terms of rural, urban, population size, nature of activities, structure, function, etc. There is no uniformity in the differentiation of settlement, but the basic difference between town and villages is that in town the main occupation of the people is related to secondary and tertiary activity. On the other side, in villages people are engaged in primary activities. That is the main difference. Urbanization, then suburbanization, it is a new trend of people moving away from congested urban area to cleaner area outside the city in search of better quality of life. Then Census of India 1991, it defined urban settlement as places which have municipal corporation, cantonment board, notified town area committee, and have a population of 5,000 person and above, where 75 of male worker are engaged in non-agricultural activities, and density should be at least 400 square kilometer per person. 400 per person square kilometer. Then let's discuss types and pattern of settlement. First is compact or nucleated settlement. In this settlement, large number of houses are built very close to each other and they develop along the river valley and in fertile plain. They are close-knit community and people here share common occupation. So compact and nucleated settlement. Next is dispersed settlement. So in this settlement, houses are spaced far apart and often interspersed with fields such as place of worship, market that binds the settlement together. Then there is a rural settlement. Rural settlement are basically they are dominated by primary activities like agriculture, fishing, those primary activities. Then there are various factors that affect the location of settlement. That is water supply. Rural settlement are located near water bodies such as river, lakes, and spring, as water is needed for irrigation and carrying out basic activities. Then land. So fertile land suitable for agriculture are places of human settlement like villages and rolling countryside in Europe, avoiding swampy area. Then upland. So dry point like upland, terrace leaves that are not prone to flooding are places of settlement. In tropical countries, people build their houses on stilts near marshy land to protect themselves from flood. Then building material. So settlement are made in those places where building materials are available, like cave dwelling in China, mud bricks houses in Africa, savanna, igloos with ice block in polar region. Then defense, places that form good defensive site are developed settlement like defensive hills, island. Then planned settlement. These are various pattern. Then there is where we were defense of planned settlement. Planned settlement are constructed by government by providing shelter, water, and other infrastructure on acquired land. Let's discuss rural settlement pattern. So, on the basis of setting, the main type are plain and size of plain villages, plateau villages. Then, on the basis of function, there is farming village, fishermen villages, pastoral villages. Then there is on the basis of form and shapes. So the villages are developed in geometrical form and shapes such as this is a linear pattern. So the houses are located along the road, railway line, canal edge of a valley along a leaf. that is linear pattern. Next is rectangular pattern. The settlement are located in a plain area or in wide intermont valleys. The road are rectangular and cut each other at right angle. Where is a rectangular? Okay, that cut at right angle. Here is cross shaped. Then there is a circular pattern. This settlement developed around lake, tank, and center part remain open for keeping the animal to protect from wild animal. Then star-like pattern. The settlement developed where several road converge and the houses are built along the roads. There are T-shaped, Y-shaped, cross-shaped, uniform, then double-shaped. So T-shaped settlement developed at a tri-junction. Y-shaped, here is not Y-shaped, then Y-shaped settlement emerged where two roads converge on the third and houses are built along these roads. Then double pattern villages. These settlements extend on both sides of river where there is a bridge or a ferry. There is a problem of rural settlement. Basically, rural settlement in developing country are large in number and poorly equipped. Then waterborne diseases like cholera, jaundice, etc. are a common problem. There is a lack of irrigation facility, problem of drought and flood in rural settlement, inadequate sanitation, then proper housing in separate shed for animal are not there. Rural settlement mostly lack metalled road and modern communication network. Then there is urban settlement. Urban settlement, there had been a rapid growth of urban settlement around the world. The first city to reach a population of 1 million was London in around 1810 AD. At present, 48% of the world population lives in cities. Now we will discuss color classification of urban settlement. That is, first one is based on population. So it refers to the lower limit of the population for a settlement to be designed as urban. It is not universal and varies from country to country. For example, in Colombia, settlement having population of 1500 is termed as urban. It's differ. In Argentina and Portuguese, 200, 2500. In USA, then Thailand, it's 5,000. In India, 30,000. In Japan, 250. In Denmark, Sweden and Finland, 300. Ireland, then 1,000. Canada. And so there is a depend on population size. Next is occupational structure. In some countries, the major economic activities along with the population size designate a settlement as urban. In Italy, settlement called as urban if more than 50% of economically productive population is engaged in non-agriculture pursuits. Then administration. So administration setup also designate a settlement as urban in some countries. In India, if an area has a municipality notified area council, then it considered as urban. Then basis on location. Location of urban center is examined with reference to their function. Example, strategic town offering natural defense, mining town, industrial and other thing. Now discuss the function of urban center. Firstly, it's a basis on administrative town. So on the basis of function, urban settlement have different function like administrative towns. So national capital having administrative office like New Delhi. National capital have administrative office. So these are administrative town. Like of India, it's New Delhi. Then of Canberra, that's Australia. For Australia, so these are administrative town. Trading and commercial town. Agriculture market town like Winnipeg. Banking finance center like Frankfurt. The large inland center like Manchester, transport node like Lahore, Baghdad are important trading center. Cultural towns, pilgrimage places like Jerusalem, Varanasi, Jagannath Puri are considered a cultural town. Although like health and recreation, Miami, industrial Pittsburgh, Jamshedpur, mining, quarrying, Dhanbad, transport, Singapore, Mughal Sarai, all are urban settlement. Now discuss classification of town on the basis of form. Urban settlement can be linear, square, star, crescent, crisscross, right angle. We have discussed everything. Cities in developed country are planned while in developing country have evolved historically with irregular shape. Chandigarh and Canberra are planned cities while smaller towns in India have evolved historically. First one is Addis Ababa, the new flower. Addis Ababa, established in 18. Addis means new Ababa, its flower. So Addis Ababa established in 1878. It is capital of Ethiopia and it is located in hill valley topography. Its large nodal center has a large market environment headquarter. So then Canberra, established in 1912, is the capital of Australia. It is garden city with wide open spaces, park and garden initially. Then we will discuss the type of urban settlement, problem of urban settlement. Type of is like town. These can be well understood with reference to village. Specific functions such as manufacturing, retail and wholesale trade and professional services exist in town. Then city. They are larger than town, have a greater number of economic functions, tend to have a transport terminal, major financial institution, administrative office. In the word of Lewis Mumford, the city is in fact the physical form of higher than concorbation. So the term concorbation, it's I'm not telling who coined it and all. Basically, this applied to a large area of urban development that resulted from the merging of originally separate towns. Megapolis, million cities, city whose population reaches more than 1 million, that is million city. The megapolis, basically the urban landscape stretching from Boston to Washington is example of megapolis. Then distribution of megacities, the number of megacities or megapolis have been rising. This distribution is all about. Then problem of urban settlement. Problem is that in developing country, urban settlement suffer from unstable concentration of population, congested housing, then lack of drinking water, poor infrastructure, no proper sewage disposal, health and education facility, vertical expansion, growth of slum. These are problem of urban settlement. Then there are few economic problem like decreasing employment opportunity rural area push the unskilled and semi-skilled labor forced to migrate from rural to urban. Then socio-culture problem. Cities in developing countries suffer from several social evils. Male selective migration to the urban area distort the sex ratio in these cities. Lack of employment and education basically aggravate the crime rate. Environmental problem. Urban settlement, there is a very improper sewage system, massive use of fuel that causes air pollution, lack of clean drinking water, then dumping of untreated waste in open, huge concrete structure, aggravated environmental problem. Then health city. The World Health Organization suggests that health city should have clean and safe environment, made the basic need of its inhabitant. Urban strategy. United Nations Development Program outlined the urban strategy that aim to increase shelter for urban poor, provision of basic services like primary healthcare, food, water, sanitation, all these things. So we are done with the crux of this chapter, human settlement. Now discuss question and answer. Let's scroll down to the first question. Choose the right answer from the four. Which one of the following form of settlement developed along either side of road, river, or canal? That's very simple. It's linear. Which one of the following type of economic activity dominate in all rural settlements? It's primary. In which of the following region has the oldest well-documented urban settlement found? It's Indus Valley. How many of the following cities in India have attained the million status at the beginning of 2006? 40. Now it's more than that. Few more countries have been ordered in the million city status. Sufficiency of which type of resource can help to create adequate social infrastructure catering to the need of large population in the developing countries. It's natural. These are short question and they are long. Let's discuss short one first. How would you define a settlement? Human settlement is defined as a place inhabited more or less permanently. It may include temporary camps of hunter or herders and also the permanent settlement called villages, towns, these large agglomeration. Distinguish between site and situation. Uh, that's very easy. Go to the lecture. Otherwise, I'll tell you that. What are the bases of classifying settlement? Settlement can be classified on basis of residence and main occupation into rural and urban. Settlement may also be classified on basis of their shape, pattern type into compact or nucleated settlement, dispersed. Then fourth is how would you justify the study of human settlement in human geography? The study of human settlement is the basic to human geography because the form of settlement in any particular region reflect human relationship with the environment. Human settlement in any particular area reflect human land association and it's affected by physical, economic and social factor. Availability of water, type of soil, topography, availability of mineral, etc. play an important role in development of any settlement as it reflect and it deeply affected by the interrelation between human and physical world. It become an important part of human geography. Third is what are rural and urban settlement mention their characteristic. So rural settlement, these settlement are those which have population of less than 5,000 people and density less than 400%. Then here 75% are engaged in primary activity. Characteristic you can say most of the people are engaged in primary activity. Then population of villages less than and have less density. They depend on urban area of obtaining manufactured consumer goods. They lack in both economic and social infrastructure. Next is urban settlement. So the census of India define urban settlement as all places which have corporation, cantonment board, notified town area committee and have minimum population of 5,000% at least. 75% of male workers are engaged in non in rural they are 75 engaged in primary activities. Agriculture in urban they are not engaged. So the population as well as the population density is very high. Most population are engaged in secondary and tertiary. They depend on rural area for raw material and primary product. They have advanced social economic infrastructure. Let's discuss second question. Discuss the problem associated urban settlement. People flock to cities to avail of employment opportunity and civic amenities. Since most cities in developing country are unplanned, it creates severe congestion, shortage of housing, vertical expansion, growth of slum. In many cities, increasing proportion of population live in substandard housing, example slum and squatter settlement. Economic problem is that decreasing employment opportunity in rural as well as smaller urban area of the developing country basically constantly pushes the population to urban areas. Then social problem is that uh, developing countries suffer from several social insufficient financial resource fail to create adequate social infrastructure catering to the basic need of huge population. The environmental problem is that the large urban population in developing country not only uses but also disposes of huge quantity of water and all type of waste material. Many cities of the developing country even find it extremely difficult to provide the minimum required quantity of potable water and water for domestic and industrial use. Massive use of industrial fuel in the domestic as well as industrial sector severely pollute the air. So you can add more points. I have just added few points which I have discussed while discussing notes. So that's what I have discussed in this one. I have left a second question that I have said do by and I thought I should discuss here. Distinguish between site and situation. Site means the actual piece of land on which the settlement is built. Situation means the location of village or town in relation to surrounding areas. Site for settlement may be a hilltop, a riverbank, or a coast of sea. Situation may be studies in relation to the physical environment and cultural heritage. A proper site for a settlement is generally determined by its access to water and other amenities for sustenance than situation. The mode of settlement in any particular region reflect human perception of natural environment. So that is site and this question I have also discussed and I have tell you the population size, function of settlement, occupation of people, facility in settlement. These are the basis of we have discussed all those questions as well as You can add more points. That's so today we are done with the first book of class 12 geography, that is fundamental of human geography. Next I will start with the next book, that is people and economy. That's for today. Thank you.